Greetings from Larperland, all you down in Normalville. This is Arizon X, just here to let you know exactly what weapons we're using and stuff like that, show you some of the ones that we've done, and also show you some of the ones that Brown's working on over here. Alright, up front here we got one of the first shields that was ever made, small kite shield, not exactly huge, but good for a little bit of one-on-one combat. And we got the our sponsored shield. Guess which one that is. This shield is going to be eventually converted into a kite shield, and so will that one, seeing as how we're going to be working with mostly just long swords and stuff like that. We've been using a lot of specialty weapons, and most of them have been getting trashed or destroyed. So we're going to just try to make normal swords, get through practice, stuff like that, and use specialty weapons once we actually go out to compete, which will still be probably like a year from now, but meanwhile we're working on it at this point in time. Now onto the weapons. We have the two axes, which were made from Nerf weapons, which you can normally find in like Walmart. We actually got the sick idea to take dowling rods and put them inside the PVC piping inside these weapons, which actually made them pretty sturdy, but at the same time all the more dangerous. And we have our little throwing dagger and tomahawk, one of my personal favorites up here, Sin and Atonement, the axe hammer. Then we took one of these Marauder swords here and put fiberglass rodding inside of it, actual padding on the back end of the pommel so you can actually pommel strike someone, and extra camp mat foam on the blade so it wouldn't hurt nearly as much. That mace used to be longer, but it is one of our hand maces. Eventually that little ninja toe will be a legitimate sword itself. We have our first katana here, Brown's rapier, which is actually pretty cool. It's like a pirate's saber almost. Then we also have Brown's giant hammer. Thing hurts like hell.
What?
Then there's the one of the short swords that we have, another mace that also hurts like hell, and what used to be a halberd but eventually got broken by the giant claymore. Speaking of giant weapons, my Buster sword. 9 feet in length, dwarfs the claymore that I used in the previous videos. It's awesome, but unfortunately we had steel in the handle and eventually it came loose. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to actually gut this thing, take out the PVC piping and line it with fiberglass rods if we can ever find any that are like 9 feet in length and thick. Also over here we have what was to be a orc double axe, which I'm pretty sure eventually will one day be finished. Over here we got Brown, who's working on the handle of a standard longsword. Why don't you give him a show of that, Brown? This is a standard longsword for LARPing. It's 3 layers of camp foam thick. It's got 3 layers for the hand guard and a pretty well padded pommel there. Then over here we have 2 sabers that are being worked on. Actually, they're going to be scimitars, but needless to say, next video that we make will be using some of these new weapons. Not all the ones that you saw on the wall, but mostly the new long swords and stuff like that. And it'll make for a bit more fast-paced action, so you guys might actually get a little more viewing pleasure out of this. So, hope you enjoy.